One of the most common questions I hear from rental property owners is, how do you actually determine the rental price for my property? Today, I am going to walk you through a real example property. Because setting a rental rate isn't guessing. It's a combination of market data, experience, and understanding what actually drives tenant demand. The first thing we do is gather comparable properties, or what we call comps. Comp simply means comparable property. These are homes that are very similar to yours. We're looking for properties with similar bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, neighborhoods, and property types. Then we adjust for unique characteristics. For example, does your property have a great view? Is it located on a quiet street? Or is it sitting next to a busy highway? How updated is the kitchen? What's the overall condition of the property? All of these factors help us fine-tune our recommendation. This is one of the biggest mistakes people make. Anybody can list a property for any amount they want. But just because someone is asking $2,700 doesn't mean anyone will actually pay $2,700. That's why we rely heavily on recently rented properties. Those are proven market prices. Now, if rents are increasing quickly, we may also look at active listings because they show us where the market is heading. But if the market is stable or even decreasing, we rely much more heavily on what properties have actually rented for. This is the biggest mindset shift I want owners to understand. Our job is not to get the highest rent possible. Our job is to maximize your income over the next 12 months. Those are two very different goals. Sometimes pricing a property just a little bit lower creates significantly more demand. That means more showings, more applications, and less vacancy. And that can actually put more money in your pocket over the course of the year. Here's an example of a vacancy analysis that we often use. Every week a property sits vacant, it can easily cost several $100s. Sometimes reducing the rent slightly allows the property to rent faster and ultimately produces more annual income. This is why we focus so heavily on finding what we call the sweet spot, maximum rent with minimum vacancy. Something else that's important to understand is that move-ins and renewals are two completely different pricing strategies. When attracting a new tenant, we have to be competitive. But once someone is already living in the home, they have to weigh the cost of moving. Moving trucks, packing, application fees, deposits, time. Sometimes the ideal rental rate actually comes during a renewal or even a second renewal. There are also different types of improvements you can make. Some improvements can actually increase rent. Things like adding square footage or additional amenities. Other improvements simply help the property rent faster because it presents better. And then there are investments that protect your asset but don't necessarily increase rent. Things like replacing a roof or installing a new water heater. Here's a bonus tip: tenants search using budgets. If someone sets a search range between $2,300 and $2,500 and your property is listed at $2,550, they may never even see your property. Those small pricing decisions can dramatically impact visibility. Another misconception is that better tenants will simply pay more. Usually that's not true. People with strong credit and good rental history understand the market. The people who tend to overpay are often the ones with fewer options. They're rushed, their credit may be poor, or they have difficult rental histories. We build our strategy around attracting high-quality long-term residents. So when professional property managers determine a rental rate, this truly is a market-driven process. We study similar properties, analyze what they've recently rented for, apply our understanding of today's market, and account for what makes your property unique. Our job isn't simply to price a property. Our job is to create enough demand to get qualified people through the door. And that's how professional property managers think about pricing a rental property.